Welcome back, readers. Today for story time, we have Song and Dance Man by Karen Ackerman, illustrated by Stephen Gammell. It was a Caldecott winner in 1989. That means that it had the best illustrations for a children's book that year, and I know you're going to love it. Song and Dance Man. Grandpa was a song and dance man who once danced on the vaudeville stage. When we visit, he tells us about the time before people watched TV, back in the good old days, the song and dance days. Supper in an hour, Grandma calls from the kitchen. I wonder if my tap shoes still fit, Grandpa says with a smile. Then he turns on the light to the attic, and we follow him up the steep wooden steps. Faded posters of Grandpa when he was young hang on the walls. He moves some cardboard boxes and a rack of Grandma's winter dresses out of the way, and we see a dusty brown leather-trimmed trunk in the corner. As soon as Grandpa opens it, the smell of cedar chips and old things saved fills the attic. Inside are his shoes with the silver half-moon taps on the toes and heels, bowler hats and top hats, and vests with stripes and matching bow ties. We try on the hats, and we pretend we're dancing on the vaudeville stage, where the bright lights twinkle and the piano player nods his head along with the music. After wiping his shoes with a cloth he calls a chamois, Grandpa puts them on. He tucks small white pads inside so the shoes won't hurt his corns. And he turns on the lamps and aims each one down like a spotlight. He sprinkles a little powder on the floor, and it's showtime. We sit on one of Grandma's woolen blankets, clap our hands, and call out, "Yay, Grandpa!" The song and dance man begins to dance, the old soft shoe. His feet move slowly at first, while his tap shoes make soft, slippery sounds like rain on a tin roof. We forget that it's Grandpa dancing, and all we can hear is the silvery tap of 2 feet, and all we can see is a song and dance man gliding across the vaudeville stage. He says, "Watch this," and does a new step that sounds like a woodpecker tapping on a tree. Suddenly, his shoes move faster, and he begins to sing. His voice is as round and strong as a canyon echo, and his cheeks get rosy as he sings. Yankee Doodle Boy, a song he knows from the good old days. There are too many dance steps and too many words in the song for us to remember, but the show is better than any show on TV. The song and dance man stops and leans forward with a wink. "What's that in your ear?" he asks, and he pulls a silver dollar out of somebody's hair. He rolls the bowler hat down his arm and catches it in his hand and flips it back onto his head. "Know how to make an elephant float?" he asks. "1 scoop of ice cream, 2 squirts of soda, and 3 scoops of elephant." We've heard that joke before, but the song and dance man slaps his knee and laughs until his eyes water. Ooh. He tries to wipe them with a red hanky from his vest pocket, but the hanky just keeps getting longer and longer and longer as he pulls it out. He looks so surprised that we start laughing too, and it feels like the whole attic is shaking. Sometimes we laugh so hard the hiccups start, and Grandpa stops to bring us a glass of water from the bathroom. "Hiccup! Hiccup! Hiccup! Drink slow and hold your breath," he says, "or I'll have to scare you." Once our hiccups are gone, he gets a gold-tipped cane and a black silk hat from the trunk. He lowers his eyes and tips the hat, and he's standing very still. All the lights are turned low except for one that shines on his polished tap shoes. It's the grand finale, so the song and dance man takes a deep breath. He lifts the cane and holds it in both hands. Slowly he starts to tap. His shoes move faster and faster, and the sounds coming from them are too many to make only with 2 feet. He spins and jumps into the air, touching the stage again. He kneels with his arms spread out, and the silk hat and the gold-tipped cane lie side by side at his feet. His shoes are still, and the show is over. We stand up together and clap our hands, shouting, "Hooray! More!" But Grandpa only smiles and shakes his head, all out of breath. He takes off his tap shoes, wraps them gently in the chamois cloth, and puts them back in the leather-trimmed trunk. He carefully folds his vest and lays the top hat and the cane on it, and we follow him to the stairway. Grandpa holds on to the rail as we go down the steps. At the bottom, he hugs us, and we tell him we wish we could have seen him in the good old days dance, the song and dance days. He smiles and whispers that he wouldn't trade a million good old days for the days he spends with us. But as he turns off the attic light, Grandpa glances back up the stairs, and we wonder how much he really misses the time he had on the vaudeville stage when he was a song and dance man. The end. Oh, I hope you loved that. That is so awesome, that story about the grandpa that used to be a song and dance man on the vaudeville stage. Well, if you enjoy tap dance, I think you should stick around for the last part because we're going to tap dance. Today, we will tap dance like we were on the vaudeville stage. Here I am in our dance studio at Metropolitan Arts Academy, and my tap shoes sound amazing on our dance floor. If you don't have tap shoes with real taps on them, you can make your own. You can take any shoe that you have and take 2 pennies, put one on the toe with tape and one on the heel with tape, and you can make your own tap shoes, and I promise you, it sounds amazing. So I just wanted to show you a few of the basic dance steps that you can do to put together a performance. When you flap forward with your toe, that's called a flap. When you bring it back, it's called a shuffle. So you can go backward or forward doing flaps and shuffles. You can jump and make great sounds. These are scuffs. This is called a soft shoe. That's what Grandpa does in the story. He does the old soft shoe. So you step forward, step back, and then paddle around. And your taps make an amazing sound. And you can lift your arms to match your movements. You can jump and make some great sounds with your toes and your heels. This one is a buffalo. It's a hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step. You can do it on the other side. Hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step. Then you can move with it. And that's called a shuffle off the buffalo. Hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step. You can move across stage with that. And a jump. This one's called the time step. It's a hop, shuffle, step back. Hop, shuffle, step back. This one's really fun, and you can do it at different tempos. You can flap forward and move across stage. Now, if you want to put all those great dance steps together and add a little bit of costume, like a bowler hat and a cane, you can do a fancy final performance.